Bankai. シャタツからがらしがらみの辻
The final episodes of Bleach Thousand Year Blood War Part 2, The Separation, was a grand affair full of action and dazzling visuals, as has been the norm for this climactic arc. However, the revelation of yet another aspect that has never been seen before added even more hype and excitement to the developments that took place in that episode as Royal Guard member Senjumaru Shutara revealed their Bankai. Shutara's Bankai is definitely one of the most impactful Bankai reveals of Bleach Thousand Year Blood War and will go down as one of the most significant events of the war. As the pioneer of Shinigami's trademark, Black Kimono or Shikahoso, Garment of the Dead Souls, Shutara is known as the Great Weaver, as well as Senjumaru, which means thousand arms, for her dexterity and speed when it comes to weaving, as well as her general powers of material and textile manipulation. Her skill is so powerful that she is capable of weaving tapestries that are difficult to tell apart from reality, and she uses that ability in the preparation for the Zero Squad's encounter with Yamaba's elite guard. Her Zanpakuto Shiragami reflects this history and characterization, as it manifests as a giant golden sewing needle that Shutara can use in melee combat. However, she prefers to employ it in a sewing. Shiragami translates to thorny entanglement, derived from the word karamu, as in at wine combined with a rather interesting kanji. The shi in Shiragami is a variant pronunciation of a character that is associated with words that refer to pricking, stabbing, strangers, or slicing, but it also gets used metaphorically to mean harsh criticism. The release command for Shiragami is unknown. The Royal Guard members distribute their power among themselves to avoid negatively affecting the balance of the universe with the immense spiritual treasures. As last resort, they can uproot their lives and nominate a member to complete the mission with the access to the power relinquished by their allies, a tactic similar to Yamaba's amplification of Auswahlen. With the power of herself and 3 other Royal Guard members, Senjumaru's Reiatsu actually causes the world of living, the Soul Society, and Hueco Mundo to tremble simultaneously as she activates her own personal trump card. Her Bankai, Satatsu Karagara Shiragami no Tsuji, translated to Gate of Saha, Kala's corpse at the crossroads of thorny entanglement. The name is wellspring of Buddhist references, Japanese mythological references, and archaic kanji that granted a grandiosity and austerity beyond that of any other Bankai presented thus far. As a member of the Royal Guard, Senjumaru's history goes back millennia, and the lengthy name of the Bankai is reminiscent of the names of the early generation of deities in the Japanese mythology. The first word, Satatsu, which translates to Saha, a term describing the summation of all existence that isn't nirvana, and it means enduring. The second kanji consists of the mon, radical, which denotes a gate. It's even shaped like a torii, but inside that first radical is a da, a character used in Japanese transliteration of Sanskrit dharma. Karagara is made up of 3 characters, the first 2 forming the word Kala, the Hindu personification of time itself. The last kanji denotes skeleton. The first part of Kala's name in Japanese is a kanji which invokes the first fire god, Kagutsuchi or Homusubi, which is an interesting connection because in Shinto cosmology, the birth of Kagutsuchi results in the death of Izanami no Mikoto, she who him fights, and is seen as the beginning of death. Kala is the personification of time, but also death, the idea being that time destroys all things, and in the tradition of Saivism, Kala is known as fiery avatar of Shiva, known as Bhairava, the personification of annihilation. Both Kala and the feminine Kali are seen as the boundless as they represent the ultimate destructive power of Brahman, the ultimate cause of all that is. As such, they are associated with black, with the belief being that everything eventually gets absorbed into black. Karagara altogether hence carries the idea of what remains at the end of time. Shiragami, the name of Shutara's Zanpakuto needle, is followed by no Suji, which means crossroad, both in the physical and metaphorical sense, which is given a visual expression in the anime when the red carpet unfurls from the Torii Gate turned loom. Musubi is an element found in the names of various Shinto deities, and it is mysterious power or driving force or creation of karma itself, possibly due to the word musubi, also referring to bonds or ties. Musubareru means to be tied together, albeit sometimes this is meant metaphorically. This aspect falls into the realm of Shutara's textile manipulations, which is why homusubi is the possible interpretation of the ka in Karagara. The reference to this deity specifically may also be related to the Soul King's specific position as the linchpin of the universe, a fate that he had already foreseen and accepted. But there is also the idea that Homusubi's birth was the beginning of death as a concept, as it led to the death of his mother, and Izanagi's subsequent descent into Yomi, the underworld. Homusubi also represented the destructive propensity of fire, and is therefore a powerful invocation when it comes to purification. Having already partaken of food in the underworld, Izanami's death was sealed, and Izanagi ran away upon seeing her decaying body while he was trying to bring her back to the living world. Shutara's Bankai manifests a large torii gate that may have been the same one seen in Ichigo's Soul King training, a large flowing tapestries that decorated the entire space. Crossing through the torii gate signifies entry into the realm of the gods, and beyond this gate awaits only bones eroded away by time. The Bankai can be understood as the crossing through the gate of the world into the sacred realm, where ones come across the curves of time and become entangled at the crossroad. Each quincy was faced with a completely different cloth, which sealed them in their different destiny brought about by their own journeys, and the specific situation in Shutara's Bankai coincide with their fates in the endgame. The manifestation of various devastating reality warping attacks means that the Bankai enables Shutara to manipulate the proverbial string of fate of its respective target. It is a premonition that foresees only death beyond the world of endurance and suffering, and inescapable curse.